we have a second day product and quotient rule. And then I will remind you guys, so tomorrow is late start. So class does not start until 10. Okay. If by some chance you have a college class that starts at 10 and you're going to miss this class, that's fine. Just let me know. Send me a remind message, send me an email, that's fine. When it comes to the homework quiz, if you are gone, I just don't even put anything in the computer for it. And then on Monday, when I hand back the homework quizzes to everybody, I will just hand you a blank one so that you guys have it. Okay. And that goes for regular absence, any absences, whether you're absent because of a college class or you're just randomly absent. Because I don't want to have lots of makeup stuff. Mainly the homework quizzes are more for me to see where you guys are and how your guys are doing with all the material that we've done for the week. It's more of a thing for me more than a thing for you. For you, it's more, hey, what do you think Mrs. Hayden cares about the most? Okay. And they will always be open-ended questions, even though this whole unit will be a multiple choice quiz and a multiple choice test. But all you have essentially tomorrow is your homework quiz, and then from that point forward, you just have time to work on anything that you have not finished for the week. Okay. The other thing too is with tomorrow, I just want to remind you guys, so more than likely Friday afternoonish, Friday eveningish is probably when I'm going to go look at the grade scopes, look at the Google Forms, download everything, and update Power School. I'm actually gone from 1 to 3 tomorrow, so there is a slight chance that I won't put that stuff in until Sunday. But more than likely, I will do everything I possibly can to get everything updated Friday because I like to not have that hovering over my head during the weekend. But I tell you guys that because if you guys turn in everything by the end of the class period on Friday, you don't have to explain your zeros to your parents. Obviously, if you're okay with explaining your zeros to your parents, nothing is due until the day of the test. Okay. If you are severely behind in homework, you know, and I start to see that you get kind of buried with homework, because I understand some of you guys are like, I'm going to explain my zeros to my parents, and this weekend is going to be a calculus problem. I'm going to fix all my calculus work that I'm behind on and get it all done and turned in. And I understand that, but if you come like Monday or Tuesday, you're still missing quite a few homework assignments. You and I will probably have a conversation. Okay, because I do want to make sure that you guys don't get too far behind when there's quite a few objectives, 15 plus objectives in this week. Okay. All right, so product and quotient rule. You'll need your product and quotient rule. You will also need out your derivatives for trig and logarithms. In theory, if you want to do well on the quiz tomorrow, the homework quiz tomorrow, you should have those memorized. I understand that not all of you will have them memorized, but just know, like, trig and log derivative are fair game for tomorrow's quiz. Okay, so here's your product rule again and your quotient rule. And I will try to keep things color-coded for you. But I'm going to, before I do that, I will always change my roots to be fractional exponents. And then that question yesterday on the grade scope, when you have a situation where you've got multiplication and division working together in a problem, distribute and try to get rid of the multiplication first and then do your quotient rule. And when you have addition, you do the derivative separately. Okay, so if one part doesn't have product rule or quotient rule, and the other part does, you take the derivative normally with one part, and then you do your product and quotient rule with the other. Okay. As you guys make calculus your weekend problem, if you guys have questions about it, the fastest way for me to answer you is if you take a picture and you send it to me in Remind. Okay. That is the fastest way for you to get a response. Okay. we have product rule. So f prime of x is tangent of x times the derivative of x to the 1/3 power, which is 1/3 x to the negative 2/3 plus x to the 1/3 times the derivative of tangent, which is secant squared of x. And there's not a whole lot of, simplifying that you can do other than you can bring your negative, or your 1/3 x to the negative 2/3 to the front. You might get a Google form where something is factored out if there's a greatest common factor, but in this particular case, I highly doubt that they would factor stuff out. You'll find on your Google form that if you've ever attempted to type math before, you understand that it's a royal pain in the butt to do it. So you'll find that all your answers in Google Forms are the easiest way of you typing out variations of the correct answer. So that's why they leave it as quantity squared. Because it takes effort. If it was a quantity cubed, it would take effort to do all of those exponents. So doing all of those exponents is harder than doing one exponent. And that's why they typically leave quantity squares, quantity cubes in the denominator. Okay, questions about this? We have another one. This one is going to get slightly simplified. There'll be some simplification that can happen. Alright, so f prime of x, low d high, so denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator. Derivative of ln is 1 over x all over ln of x to quantity squared. 1 over x's reduces on the right. So f prime of x, 1 over x, ln of x minus x, all over ln of x to quantity squared, which it is sometimes written like sine and cosine, where the squared is in between. Depends on whether they pull an old question for AP or a newer question. Yes. Oh, just kidding. It's 2x. Thank you. I did the derivative twice, but I blame you strong. She was yawning this morning in the office while I was talking. I was like, you were going to make me tired. She was like, okay, to go away. I'm not going to. I do not need anybody yawning in front of me. I will fall asleep. Other questions that you guys have? Alright, you guys have the rest of the class ready to work. That was it. What?
So it's like, yeah.
It'll still take me 45 minutes to teach it in BC.